Oyster Beds by Zachary Miranda and Ryan Tirado. An oyster bed is a large community of oysters that grow together on a hard surface in coastal waters. As young oysters, called spat, attach to the shells of older oysters. The structure creates a special habitat that provides shelter and food for many other marine animals, including crabs, fish, and worms. Blue crabs are a well-known inhabitant of oyster reefs. They use the reefs as a place to hide from predators and to forage for food, including small fish, other crustaceans, and even juvenile oysters. The reefs serve as a crucial nursery habitat for young blue crabs as they grow and mature. Atlantic oyster. The small carnivorous snail is a big predator of oysters. The Atlantic oyster drill uses a radula to cut a small neat hole through the oyster shell. Once the hole is drilled, the snail consumes the oyster's soft tissues from the inside. The skelefish is a permanent resident of oyster reefs. It has a powerful suction disc on its underside that allows it to cling tightly to oyster shells, even in strong currents. The skelefish preys on small invertebrates and uses the oyster reef for shelter and to lay its eggs. Mud crabs are small crabs that find shelter within the crevices of the oyster reef. They are opportunistic predators, often feeding on small oysters, barnacles, and other small invertebrates. Mud crabs are a key component of the reef's food web, serving as prey for larger fish and other predators. The naked goby. This tiny scaleless fish is a resident of oyster reefs, using the shells as a place to hide from predators. Naked gobies are known for their habitat of laying eggs on the inside of empty oyster shells, where their male will guard them until they hatch. Their eyes are positioned on the top of their head, allowing them to peer out from their shell refuge. Barnacles are crustaceans that attach themselves to hard surfaces, including oyster shells. They use their feathery appendages to filter plankton and other food particles from the water column. Barnacles can be so abundant on oyster reefs that they form a living carpet, providing additional habitat and a food source for other animals. Grass shrimp are translucent crustaceans that are highly abundant on oyster reefs. They live among the shells and aquatic vegetation, where they feed on algae. Grass shrimp are an important food source for commercially and recreationally valuable fish species, including striped bass and red drum. Stone crabs use their powerful claws to crush the shells of oysters and other mollusks. They are an important predator in the oyster reef ecosystem, helping to control the populations of various prey species. Stone crabs occupy a higher trophic level as they also consume other oyster predators like mud crabs. The red-haired sponge is a filter-feeding animal that often encrusts oyster shells and other hard surfaces on the reef. It is a colonial organism, with many microscopic individuals working together to filter food from the water. The intricate structure of the sponge provides additional refuge for small fish and invertebrates. Oysters are shellfish that build oyster beds by attaching their shells to each other. They are filter feeders, meaning they can clean the water by eating tiny plants and plankton. They also provide homes and protection for many of the other animals in the ecosystem.